In related news, their backs against the wall. Local petroleum retailers forced to make some critical changes that may very well impact employment. But before it gets to that point, they're looking to air their concerns to the government. Carla Palmer has the story.
While prices at the pumps may have decreased significantly over the past several months, it's still high for some consumers. For owners in the industry, they too report finding it a challenge to break even. Talk about making a profit. That's why President of the Bahamas Petroleum Retailers Association, Vasco Bastian, is once again making an impassioned plea for the government to rescue the sector.
We continue to struggle in this industry, and so we are asking the Prime Minister, Mr. Davis, if you hear my message, sir. I'm asking you as a young Bahamian in this industry for X amount of years, sir, and you as the Prime Minister, Mr. Davis, if you could some type of compassion towards us in this industry and meet with us, and so we could put this matter to rest, Mr. Prime Minister. You say, and I know that you're a man of the people, and we believe in you, Mr. Prime Minister. Please, Mr. Prime Minister, if you hear my voice or if you see this clip, I ask that you meet with us to try and put this issue in the petroleum industry to rest.
Bastian's appeal comes as he says retailers have been forced to not only downsize in staff, but make shift adjustments with reduced hours of work.
I would say the average station probably let about 1 or 2 persons go. And that's not only in the province, that's true even throughout the Family Islands, you know. The operation costs in this industry continue to rise. And so we have to offset where we can in order for us to stay operational, not even profitable. You know, we've lost profit in this country, in this business for several years. And so it's at a point right now, and it's always been at the point where we just want to stay operational. We want to keep these people employed. Look at the people, look at the pump attendants, young and old, who've been working, continue to toil with us. And it's only fair that we try to keep them employed, but we also try to make a minimum profit. And if we're not making a profit, break even so we can keep these people employed. That decision was not an easy decision. Making someone redundant was not easy. Reducing the hours of employees is not easy. But in this business, we cannot pass on all of our operating costs and different costs in the form of a margin, not margin increase, in the form of increasing retail products on our C-store, where we try to make some money. You know, we don't make any money on gas. Everybody knows that. We don't make no money on diesel. The only place we make 5 cents or 10 cents or even 25 cents in our C-store. There's only so much a person is willing to pay for a can of soda. We cannot price ourselves out of the market.
Bastian says since the initial meeting, retailers have been trying to meet with the government for a year now to discuss matters on margin increase, the national insurance contribution hike, business license on gross turnover and not on net profit, as well as other related matters.
We've written to the government, we've called on the Prime Minister, we've called on the Minister of State for the Economic Affairs, Michael and Keeders. We've also dropped 1 or 2 letters down to the Financial Secretary, Mr. Simon Wilson. We met with the Prime Minister, you know. Mr. Davis was very accommodating to us. We've met with him, there's been some leeway, but the bulk of the issue and the source and the core of the problem is still outstanding. We need to fix this industry. The only way we can fix this is if we get back to the table with the government and we plan the way collectively. We don't want to close any of these sites. We don't want to stop serving gas. We don't want to stop serving diesel. We don't want to do none of that because at the end of the day, it impacts everybody.
Bastian says the Retailers Association is committed to working with the government to continue building this economy. He says the association is extending its hand in help and hope that the government does likewise. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Carla Palmer.